the student athletes are doing something, so we'll reverse the order and get started here and then turn it over to them.
Kelly, it's something to say with her, given her very, very long, accomplished resume. But there's something we consider that to be the greatest game of her life. Is that the best you've ever seen her play?
Sabrina? Yeah, she seems to always do it on nights like this too. So when her best is needed, that's when she usually steps up. I know she sometimes with some opponents she, just isn't as ready maybe mentally or that into it. But on games like this, she just has that another level to go to. And thank goodness. But I thought the rest of the team went with her, which was really nice. I thought right from the start, the first quarter was kind of back and forth. Second quarter, we started to really establish kind of who we are and how we wanted to play the game. And then I thought the third quarter is when we put the hammer down. And that was as good a defensive quarter as I think we played this year. But it starts with Sabrina. Yeah, she was magical tonight in lots of different ways.
You said you hope the crowd too might be able to influence them, given their youth. Like some of the turnovers, maybe the crowd helped too. Just the environment got them a little bit.
Yeah, they didn't play a typical Stanford game. I mean, they were one of the most disciplined teams in the country, and what we tried to do was break their rhythm. And I thought we did a really good job of that. They typically don't turn it over 18 or 19 times. I can't read this, but a bunch. I think we ended up scoring 22-2. That was the difference on points off turnovers. That's just not a typical Stanford team. So I really credit our defense. I thought we were flying around. We were getting hands on a lot of balls, and we disrupted that flow. So defense, I thought tonight was really on point. That's about as good as we can play.
You said yesterday that this team hadn't been playing all that well as of late. Do you feel a little bit better after this?
Well, I feel a little bit better after this. That was a really well played game, and I was being truthful. I do not think we played our best basketball up until now. So it was nice. It was nice to see this happen. I know our kids circled this game and they wanted this. After they kind of got us in the championship game of last year's Pac-12 tournament, I think this was one that we circled. And what a great night, you guys, for women's basketball. This was incredible. A packed house, a national TV audience, and two heavyweight teams going at it. And the Ducks really came through tonight.
Kelly, they scored the first 7 to take the lead there in the third quarter. What changed? Was it just that defensive consistency? And then how do you explain an avalanche like that?
Yeah, I thought it was a mindset. I thought we got more aggressive. I think everybody helped too tonight. It wasn't just Sabrina. I mean, Sabrina had a great night, but Ruthie was huge. Satou really came to play tonight. And then Taylor Chavez and Dash Shelley came in and gave us a huge threat. And then always the player that gets underrated and overlooked is Mignon Moore. I thought defensively in that second half, she really set the tone for us. She was getting into Kiana Williams. She's such a phenomenal player. And, I think that kind of mindset and toughness really wore off on the rest of the team. And so I'm really proud of her. There were a lot of players that we can look for that played good tonight. And that's what you have to do. It can never be one or two in a big game. It's got to be everybody.
Biggest thing that looks from the stats to me was from the 17 turnovers the last 2 nights to go to 7 tonight. And then a nice advantage on the rebounds as well.
Yeah. Stanford doesn't get out-rebounded by 8 or 9, whatever it was tonight, very often. I thought we did a great job on the boards. And what did they have? 4 offensive rebounds? That's very un-Stanford-like. And so credit to the Ducks for just really focusing on that. And it took everybody on the boards as well. I'm just really proud. I mean, this was, to do this in this moment, I think really shows the character that this team has, and these two in particular. They came to play, the rest of the team followed, and what you saw was a phenomenal game tonight.
Kelly, with the way the threes haven't always fallen this season, didn't fall early in the game tonight, has this team gotten better at figuring out what to do without those shots?
Early in the year we were shooting too many threes. Yes, we have adjusted. We're being a lot more patient. We're not just settling for a quick three. We're getting a little bit more inside. If you look at how many times we're getting to the free throw line over the last 6-8 games, it is really trending up. We're being a lot more aggressive. So, yeah, the three is still a big part of our game, but we're not making it the most important part of our game. That's when we're at our best. We've never been a volume three-point shooting team. We were early in the year, but I think we figured that out a little bit.
Sabrina, for you, that moment when it was 37-36 early in the third quarter, things seemed to change. What was your perspective in that little couple minutes right there?
I mean, we just had to continue to play hard and up it up a notch. I think we came out in that third quarter and kind of gave them an opportunity to get the game closer, and that's not what we wanted. We definitely wanted to extend that lead and keep playing mad, and we played mad all the way until the end. I mean, the bench came in and gave us a huge lift, and so, I mean, hats off to them. They've been ready this entire year, and it's definitely helping us a lot.
Sabrina, with the success you've personally had over the last few years and the way this fan base has supported this team, I'd imagine sometimes might feel routine when you have the crowd like this, but when you're coming off with 3 minutes left and you've just broken an all-time scoring record, I mean, do you take a second to kind of take everything in and the standing ovation and all the crowd with you?
I didn't know they said something at the game. Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't hear it. But they, you know, game in and game out, they're on their feet, they're cheering. If it's a triple-double, if it's Jack Shelley coming off and hitting a big-time three, if it's Lydia getting to the free throw line, whatever it is, I mean, they've supported us game in and game out, whether we're up, down, up by 30, up by 40, they continue to stay and watch us play, and they played a huge role in this win. I mean, it was electric in there, and it was awesome, and they definitely fired us up, and so we're going to need more of that this entire year.
You did give a little salute when you left the game for the last time. What were you saluting?
Stanford. I'm going to be honest.
But you know, Stanford's they're the standard by which we're all judged. They always have been, and you know, so anytime you can beat them, that's a feather in your cap. There's no question about it.
It's a new career high for you, Sabrina. It was only your second double-double against them. Now 1, 3, and 4 against them. Clearly, they get the best out of you. What does this mean to you that it's a career high, that you break the career scoring record, that you've accomplished this in this second against this opponent?
I mean, I'm just happy we won, but like you said, they're the standard of excellence, and so game in and game out that I've played them in my career here, that's who I want to win, who I want to beat, and especially coming from the Bay Area and growing up with them in my backyard, and then choosing to leave and come here, it's awesome to be able to play them, and obviously know a lot of their players and grew up playing with a lot of them, so it's always been competitive every time we play them, and tonight it was.
How about the career scoring record? What does that mean to you?
I mean, it's honoring and humbling to be able to be at the top. Obviously, it doesn't mean much. I'm happy that I'm able to do this with my team. I'm happy that we won tonight. So I think we have bigger plans and bigger goals, and so I'm not really focused on any one particular achievement that I've done. But I think later on in life I'll probably take a step back and really appreciate that. But right now I think I'm just focused on too many things.
Satou, you came into tonight talking about how you guys hadn't played your best, and then you start slow. What was the mindset like when you're not making, when some shots aren't falling early and you fall behind?
Doing the other things besides scoring. I mean, I know that I'm more than just someone that has to score the whole time, so I was really trying to be aggressive on the rebounds, trying to open up the side for Sab and Ruthie, so just setting good screens and just focusing on the other things.
Did you feel like as a group you guys stayed confident?
Yeah, we were confident throughout the game, and we have really a lot of people that just put a lot of effort in and energize us. Like, we energize each other and just push each other, and with Sab just going off and constantly being like, hey, let's go guys, and that just helps. So yeah, we just keep going.
Sabrina, when you guys start slow like that, how much of it is just patience of knowing that we've been in this spot and stuff's going to start coming versus we need to start kind of like putting the pedal down?
It's definitely experience. I think, you know, if this had happened a few years ago, we'd probably start getting nervous, and I think now we're just veteran and we understand that it's a 40-minute game, and definitely at the beginning I think we were feeling how they were playing defense. I had taken some bad shots, and he had told me that as well. So that wasn't, I'm just saying. So I think just like getting it to the second and third side of the floor and seeing how that defense played, and then once we settled down, we were rolling on offense.
Do you feel like it's the best game you've ever played?
I think that's the best game we've played this year. I definitely think that's the best. I don't think I've ever played on a team that played that well and with that much fire for 40 minutes. I mean, we were angry, we were up 20, and we were still mad trying to keep going. So I definitely think this is probably my top 5 favorite game.
Anything else?
Sabrina, what was going through your mind when you hit that 20-foot jumper and broke this all-time scoring record?
Nothing. I didn't know that was the one to beat it. I just saw that shot was open and took it, and that's a shot that I practice day in and day out. So I guess I was happy.
You said you played mad. What were you mad about?
Oh, it's just this term. It's called Stay Mad. Diana Taurasi had told us that when she came to talk to us, and it's just kind of never be complacent, continue to be mad and play angry, and kind of play with a purpose. I know we were up by a lot at the end of that half, but we didn't want to finish the game off bad. We didn't want to just take our foot off gas, so we continued to just stay mad and try to win every possession.
All right, thanks, guys.
But we're still very loving people.